Welcome to the TeachQuest dashboard walkthrough. I'm Professor Andrew, and in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about getting started with our dashboard. So presumably you've registered for TeachQuest, you've created your classroom, your teams, added your students, and you've landed here. And you may be wondering, whoa, why is there so much stuff here? Well, simply put, TeachQuest was created with the idea that teachers have the ability to make their classrooms as epic and RPG as adventure as they would like. And in today's video, we're going to show you how the most basic or fundamental features of the dashboard are used in class. As you get more familiar, as you spend more time with the tool, you can use those more advanced features, but right now we just want to get you started. So I'm going to kind of go through the key elements on this page, explain what they're for, and hopefully that will kind of demystify what you're looking at. So right off the bat, I want to shout out our Discord community. So this link right here at the top of the page will get you to our Discord community. In there, there's the entire TeachQuest team, but more importantly, there are all the teachers who have signed up for TeachQuest and chosen to join the community. It's an amazing place where you can ask questions, kick around ideas, talk to other teachers, figure out how they're using TeachQuest. You can, of course, talk to the people who have built this platform, ask questions of them, make suggestions about things that you'd love to see in the platform in the future. It's a really great opportunity to just have a conversation. So really strongly suggest you get into the Discord. It's an amazing community, and it's a great place to spend your time to really get the most out of TeachQuest. Beyond that, though, what is on this dashboard screen? Well, if you're brand new and just logging in, you have our Getting Started guide. So this is kind of the key, most important elements of TeachQuest, all in written form. So, I would strongly encourage you to kind of give that a read. But of course, the whole reason for this video series is if you prefer just to watch a video, you got it all covered. So that's there for you. You can also just dismiss it. So let's just talk about the kind of key things on this page. Right off the top of the page, we have our quick stats. So total damage, total healing, average health, and your classroom code. So damage is the result of really two things occurring. Poor behavior and the consequences students encounter for poor behavior in the form of damage. Or students can take damage too if you want to run quizzes or some kind of tests and you want to have damage as a consequence for getting things wrong. Entirely up to you how you do that. Healing is something that students can do to help one another. Also, as a teacher, you're able to heal students as well. And kind of damage plus healing plus where students started gives you your average health across your entire classroom. And so if you look on a given day and there's just been a ton of damage, not a lot of healing, you're probably not having the best day as far as in class goes, and that will tell you your average health. Hopefully you have a lot more days where there's a lot of green and not a lot of red, but different days. The classroom code is what students use to access the classroom and allows them to join. Now, scrolling down, the next big bucket here is our game actions. So Play TeachQuest actually gets you into the game, shows you all the students' avatars, allows you to do the actions in game from that space. So obviously we're going to have a whole video on that, and I suggest you check that out, but that's playing TeachQuest. We have our random encounters. These are once daily events that introduce an element of randomness into the classroom, and it really helps students kind of cope with new situations. So this is a heavily used feature by many of the people who are using TeachQuest. There are some default random encounters that come with the platform when you get started, but we strongly encourage you to create those as you see fit. It's one of the most used features by one of the founders of TeachQuest, Jeremy, in his classroom, and it's something that his students absolutely love every day. So strongly suggest you check that out. We have our raid system, which allows you to essentially quiz students and have them, through getting answers right, defeat monsters and earn rewards. And that's kind of a more of an advanced feature. I wouldn't say get started with that right away, but it's also something that once you're kind of a little bit more familiar, you're really going to want to use that. We have our message board for you to communicate with your students and for them to communicate with you as well. Next big bucket, we have our classroom tools. The activity center, much more of an advanced feature. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but I'm going to call it our noise tracker. This is something that a lot of our teachers love. It allows you to essentially create a specific decibel threshold that you want in your classroom to maintain a certain level of, calmness, stillness, whatever you may be, and track that with an open mic. And if the students are too noisy and violate the noise tracker, then you can, enforce a consequence. So that's something that a lot of our teachers really like, and based on our search data, something that a lot of people are looking for. So hopefully you check that out. Of course, this is a RPG themed game, so we got a dice roller, we have a timer, and we have our little here. This is our event square. So right now, as I'm recording this, is our Teachmas event. We have events for things like Halloween, for Valentine's Day, and the specific events that are ongoing. You can go in there, customize it. With Teachmas, we have an advent calendar and some other fun stuff in there for the students. So yeah, check that out whenever you do watch this video to see if there's an event coming up. Essentially, if you can think of a specific holiday, there's probably an event attached to it. We have our recent activity, so this is blank because this is a demo, but if you were having students conduct a raid, play a random encounter, a student either had a consequence or earned a reward, that would all be tracked here, and you can at a glance see what that looks like. We have our game management, so this allows you to really customize the various elements of the page itself. So your classroom settings, see your students, the teams, all that good stuff. There's going to be a whole video series on how to use game management. This is where it gets really complex and allows you to kind of customize every little element of TeachQuest, but I'm not going to do that in this video. And last, classroom reporting. Again, kind of a key element that a lot of teachers love about TeachQuest. They can see their attendance kind of at a glance, look at how the last, actually honestly any period of time you want, but last week, last month, that's all up to you to take a look in there, and you'll kind of see which students have been absent more often than not. We have our raid reporting if you're running those, and then our random encounter results. So that covers everything in the dashboard. Now, each one of these kind of tiles that you're seeing here, we will have another video on, and if you want to get more familiar or really deep dive on those, I strongly suggest you check out those videos. But hopefully in this introduction, been able to highlight to you effectively what is in the dashboard, what to pay the most attention to as you get started, and then what you want to check out at a later date. So we'll see you in TeachQuest, and we really hope to see you in the Discord. Thanks.